Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the accelerated battle, Super Battle Road stage, and basically how you can complete it. We're going to be using probably the worst team to do this as well. So if you are someone who's interested in this, so if you want to complete this stage, please don't use this team. And look, I got nothing against Metal Cooler. He's a great unit. If you pick him up, don't knock him or anything. But this team is very slow. It's great because they heal a ton. There's a lot that they bring to the table, but it's very slow. We got a lot of free-to-play units in here. Probably one too many. Ideally, if I could, I would probably have adjusted it slightly, just to bring out something a little bit different. Maybe something with a little bit more of like a stronger presence, more burst damage, just in general, like a bit of a better team. To cut a long story short, I think this team definitely showed a lot of limitations here. And although it's cool to use the free-to-play units in that, I definitely probably would have changed things slightly. In terms of accelerated battle, as a category, it's not got a lot of leads. You have two Gokus, the Super Saiyan 2 Goku that fought Majin Buu and the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And you also have an LR lead in the form of Hit and Goku. That's it, realistically. Now, in terms of like units, there's good units in here. So for example, if I went with the AGL SS3 Goku, who I do have, you can include units like MUI Goku, UI Goku, Tech Vegito, Int Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, the Blue Boys, Full Power SS4 Goku, Goku Rose LR, Hitten Goku, Janemba, Strength UI Goku, the Physical SS4 Boys. Like, there's a lot of units that you can functionally, like, literally throw in, throw into the game. So there's lots that you can do here. It's just that, like, if you don't have an accelerated battle lead, then obviously you are a lot more limited. And if you do have one, like especially if you've got AGL SS3 Goku, please make sure that you're using that team more so than using this one. This one was just kind of like, okay, I feel like doing a cooler team. And then I started using the cooler team, and it was interesting. Again, it's nothing against Cooler. I still think he's alright. I mean, attack stat wise, he's putting up good numbers. 7 million, 8 million. Obviously at a pretty high level, but still it's not bad. The big issue with this team was just the organization was a mess. I constantly missed rotations, flicking the wrong guys on because they're actually called Metal Cooler, not Metal Cooler. It's strength or tech or physical. Constantly just messing up the rotations, which I think isn't really a good sign. So yeah. Beside that, honestly speaking, I think this one's pretty fun. It was cool to use a Metal Cooler team. Obviously, we're featuring quite a heavy influx of free-to-play characters. We have the physical Metal Cooler as our lead, obviously because he's a flat 200% Wahip Alliance lead, and of course that's the main reason we are bringing him, but he's also actually our main damage dealer. So we don't have a huge damage dealer outside of him, which I'd probably say is the first real problem that this team faces. It just has too many, or too few, damage dealers, I should say. So it's one of those things that I think, for me, most players should consider when building their team nowadays. You need high levels of damage to be able to clear content in Dokkan Battle, and especially SBR and ESBR, where the bosses come out quite squishy but hit quite hard. So it's basically kind of like a trade for trade situation, which isn't terrible, but it isn't obviously ideal either, as you don't want to inflict too much damage on you and your team. Now the Metal Coolers we have the Int Cooler army, pretty good EZA, but terrible timing that they had. Their EZA realistically could have come out as strong as it is on the release of the physical Metal Cooler, and that probably would have given him extra couple months at that time where he would have remained quite solid and quite relevant. Nowadays, this team really just has its own issues, from the fact that we have a very singular low damage source, high healing team. We also just don't actually have like any outright tanks. Like, we don't actually have tanks that essentially are like able to just soak up any damage. And I think that's also a fundamental issue with the team. Even the metal coolers can take some damage, and they can take punishment for sure and heal it up. And you do have their revive, but aside from that, the rest of the units are actually fairly squishy. I don't think there's any unit on the team that I would let take too much abuse without an item in hard events. And I think obviously the question of who to bring is always difficult to maintain. But yeah, in this one we're very free to play heavy. So we got Int, Metal Cooler Army. We have the different variants of Metal Cooler. I think we got the Strength here. We also have Strength Metal Cooler. So we have Metal Cooler Strength and Strength Metal Cooler. And we also have Metal Cooler Lead. And we also have AGL Metal Cooler. Now, AGL Metal Cooler is actually a great, very interesting addition to this team. So, he debuffs opposition, he heals as well, and he has very high or increased crit rate against Sands, which does tend to help, except for when your final fight is against the Golden Freezer. Then it doesn't really help at all. We also don't have a lot of CC to deal with Freezer. Like, we just straight up don't have it. We have attack lowering and defense lowering, but we don't actively have like stunning or sealing or anything that can kind of give a level of control to the fight, so that we are incredibly stable and concrete in our team selection. But yeah, I would say overall the free-to-play units hold up their own. Like I said, I wouldn't say they completely dominate or manhandle or assert themselves in opposition, but I do think they do a good job, and I think they manage to handle the situation to a certain degree quite well. And then I think their limitations do show though. Like, I think the team in general definitely has a limit now when it comes to SPR and ESPR. Whereas before they were very highly rated. I mean, when they first came out, they had a lot going on for them, especially the free-to-play units. Like, everyone was like, you can just run a free-to-play team with coolers. And they were very good. They still are very solid. But we'll just have to see what happens with them overall. But yeah, I'd say right now, coolers team, not necessarily super OP. But I think one thing I do like about coolers team is the healing and the synergy. Lots of links and everything, unless you get awkwardly a full rotation of metal cooler, just metal coolers, and then no one has key or bonus attack, and everyone looks a little bit wonky actually. So yeah, but I think we're gonna wrap everything up here pretty soon. But let me know what team you use for Accelerated Battle. I think ultimately the best team has to feature that Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I just find it to be very necessary, basically, to create a really, really strong team. I think his stunning, I think his damage, he syncs well with Martian Brew characters. There are some strong Martian Brew characters that are available for the team. So I think he has to be there for the not item run because of his inherent tankiness, his good damage, and his stunning. All of which are very good in this content because there's not actually a lot of avenues for escape. So having someone who's got stunning, having someone who's got healing is utility that you definitely want to hear when you're building a team. But yeah, I think we got everything covered. I think everything ran real smooth. I think everything came together quite nicely. And yeah, I would have to say that ultimately we got it done. And I think that's all that matters. But yeah, that's basically going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.